After over a year and almost 600 hours of playing time, it's easy to say that I adore Animal Crossing New Horizons. There's no going back for me. While I have loved each installment and have nostalgia for population growing, Wild World, City Folk, New Leaf, why on earth would I play them at this point? Especially population growing. I'm sure for a bit some nostalgia would kick in, but I'd quickly become bored to tears from the lack of anything great to do, especially in comparison to New Horizons. But that music though, can't deny its brilliance. All of this said, as great as New Horizons is, it's time for the next step. There are so many special characters and features missing that while it doesn't break New Horizons considering all we can do now, it's been a year. It's time for a massive upgrade. Hey y'all, I'm the Geek Apprentice here with some crazy ideas for how I think the developers of New Horizons could vastly improve upon what they already have. Now, am I a game design expert? No. Is it possible the developers are already working on some great upgrade or DLC pack? Yeah, probably. This has all just been on my mind for such a long time, and I know I'm not the only one. Now, as previously stated, there are tons of special characters just flat out missing from New Horizons, and while newbies probably don't notice that at all because they've never known of them, I know all of us longtime fans would love to see their return, and I think the newbies would love them too. But hold on, before I even get to this list, how on earth could they return when, frankly, I don't know about you, but my island is jam-packed. Heck, I even made my own coffee shop to make up for Brewster, and I love it. I've mentioned this in a previous video, but what I believe we need is something akin to what we got in City Folk, a new place for us to travel to. In this case, a little city island. Think about it, it would be awesome. Maybe Nook would have special tickets that you can use accepted by Dodo Airlines to take you to this amazing metro city kind of island. An island filled with really cool shops and features and characters and just tons of things to do. And for sure, you'd have to be able to see other villagers not from your island perusing this small island type thing like you got to see in City Folk. And I know how some might feel about the whole ticket concept, but I believe this would be a good way to kind of measure us from taking advantage of it, making it more difficult to go, so therefore you appreciate being able to go even more. Each trip would just be that much more special. I think this would be a great way to bring a massive upgrade that would bring back all of these amazing special characters without overcrowding our already highly planned out islands. However, I don't think these characters should just be thrown in all at once. Now hear me out, this might sound crazy, but I believe this could be something we develop over time. Obviously, the game developers would have to find a way to make this not become a grind, but they could do it. Maybe we have a big hand in it like we did in Happy Home Designer, that little random side game that no one seems to like for some reason. And if they brought back the crew from Happy Home Designer, that would be a way you could implement us getting a job there or something and being able to help make the island unique to us. I'm kind of just spitballing with that though. Anyway, if we did have some sort of metropolitan city island thing happen that we could bring back all of these special characters, or at least most of them, why would they be there? What would their purpose be? What would they be doing? Let's get into that, shall we? I'm willing to bet only a slim few of you have any idea who this character is. Porter was the adorable chimp that greeted you at the train station in the GameCube Animal Crossing Population Growing. What would he do? I'm guessing just be a greeter for you at the pier when you land from Dodo Airlines. I mean, it's not much, but he was just so cute and I would love to see him return. Obviously, this trio would be the first three to develop a building on the island. They probably even are running the island. Digby, Isabel's brother, Lyle, and Lottie, Lyle's sister, would be in charge of overseeing the development of this new Metro City island. I need to come up with a better name for this. Like I said, maybe you can have heavy involvement and work with them to develop the island. That would be cool to me, but I recognize I'm one of very few people who actually enjoyed Happy Home Designer. Either way, them being a part of the Happy Home Academy would make them an integral first part of building this new city island. Every city needs some protection and a cute little lost and found, so the next thing we would need to add is a cute little police station. Again, this may be something only older fans remember, but Booker and Copper, despite also being a part of City Folk, their little police station goes way back to the OG Animal Crossing on the GameCube. And yes, I know many are going to chime in and go, technically there was a Japanese version on the N64 which was ported to the GameCube to what we know today. I'm talking about in America, the OG. I don't count the Japanese one. Move on. Booker and Copper have just such opposing personalities that I would love to see their return in New Horizons, even if just in a small way. I love this love triangle trio of duck pelican things. I want them back. Now, what on earth would we need a mail center for on a city island? You know, I'm not 100% sure, I just want these three characters back. And considering the work of Pete, Phyllis, and Pelly was in mailing, they would have to be one of the first of the few developments on the island. If you have any cool, interesting ideas for what this city mailing center could entail, comment down below. I know we got to help these two with their wedding anniversary photos, but that just wasn't enough, even if I'm extremely thankful for that furniture because that allowed me to make a church on my island, so that was really cool, but still, not enough. If you played New Leaf, then you know how awesome these two characters are. In fact, it was their part in that game that kind of got us started on this whole customization crafting idea. Now, their role would certainly need to be modified and upgraded to be bigger and better than what we can already do on our own in New Horizons, but if anyone can do that, it's Nintendo, right? It would seem that everyone and their brother has had a massive gripe about Brewster and his coffee shop not being in Animal Crossing New Horizons, and frankly, I'm one of them. While all you really do with Brewster is sit down and drink some coffee, I'd still love to see the developers bring him back and give him something new to do. In the past, he even had KK show up every now and again, so maybe one night a week, he could show up at Brewster's, and thus we would have two opportunities to see KK. I don't know. It's an idea. I am well aware that I'm basically the only person on the planet who likes this character, but Harriet and her shop Shampoodle are like my favorite. She entered the world of Animal Crossing in Wild World on the DS, and it was a game changer, or rather a hair changer. I've said it before, but just because we can already do our own hair now in New Horizons doesn't mean she couldn't offer more for us. As this hypothetical city island develops, she could come later on with her new improved Shampoodle shop, offering crazy hairstyles and colors, maybe even custom ombre styles or something like that. I don't know. I think that'd be really cool. Pretty please, Nintendo, bring back Harriet and Shampoodle. Y'all might think I am crazy for this one, but every city needs a little bit of entertainment, right? And Dr. Shrunk the Comedian is the guy for the job. He used to give us reactions, and now we get those from villagers, but he could offer more reactions or something else, or he could just be a stupid little add-on. I don't know. Either way, I do believe Dr. Shrunk is one of the many nixed special characters that needs to have a spot in this game, even if we have to really think outside the box for him. Obviously, once this new city island becomes a big hit, you know who's gonna show up. Gracie Grace in her store, probably the biggest building on the island and right in the center. Can you expect anything less of her? Were some of her designs weird? Yes. Expensive? Oh heck yes. But I still think we need her. She's the fashionista, and I want that personality back. Her attitude annoyed the crap out of me sometimes, but she was just a part of the Animal Crossing experience, and like I keep saying for every character, want her back. One of the final developments of the city island could be the return of Cap'n, his family, and former Mayor Tortimer. It could be a little thing on the edge of the island where Cap'n takes you on a boat to yet another, smaller island, just kind of like what they did in New Leaf. There can be games, prizes, really fancy swimsuits, diving suits, just something a little extra. In this case, I'm more interested in the characters themselves returning and less what they actually do. But if Nintendo can find a way to bring them back and enhance their role in the game, all the better for all of us players. I'm a tad on the fence with this one, but perhaps those characters that sometimes visit our island, Leaf, Kix, and LaBelle, or Label, however you prefer to pronounce it, could have their own little shops on a city island. Although I do understand that their visits being every now and again kind of makes us appreciate their visits all the more, or forces us to visit other islands when they have those characters over, I still think they could have a little shop. Just let it be small. Let it be something that maybe they only change their products once a week instead of every day like the Able sisters do or the Nook nephews, LaBelle could even have a spot with Gracie Grace like she did in the past, but it could be her own little department store section because maybe Grace has finally recognized her individual talent. I don't know, instead of her just being a retail worker. Also, weird as this sounds, I kind of miss the aspect from City Folk where we got our shoes shined. I know that was to change our shoes, but they could enhance this feature somehow. There is yet one more thing on this list. One more thing, not a character actually, that must return. Gyroids! What the even heck, Nintendo? Why would you take these out? How could you take away our beloved musical gyroids? I know people are gonna hate how I pronounce it, but I just really miss these weird things so dang much and hate that the only one we see is Lloyd when we're trying to construct an incline or a bridge. Not cool, Nintendo. Not cool. I can understand maybe limiting it and saying you can't put them on the island because people would inevitably crowd their entire island with these things and it would give you a headache, but even so, it's my island. I should get to do what I want. Or put a limit on how many go on the outside of your island versus your house. I don't know. I want them back. And if you bring Brewster back, you can bring back the ability to store most of your gyroids with him. All 800 plus variety of them. All of them. Maybe make more. So yeah, this has nothing to do with my whole metropolitan city island development thing as much as it is that I just want all 800 plus variety of gyroids to come back. Weird enough, this might be my and my family's biggest gripe with the entirety of New Horizons. I know, that's so odd, but we're a unique bunch. Do I still adore New Horizons? Absolutely, but I, just like many longtime fans, do feel that something is missing, or at the very least, the inclusion of these previous characters and features would enhance the game greatly. Now, I can understand not putting them in all right away so as to not overwhelm newcomers, and also, frankly, not even overwhelm us as well. Nonetheless, it's time for this upgrade. We know they have the ability, and I for one think this hypothetical city island idea has the potential to make an amazing DLC pack, as long as it's like cheap or free. But also this is Nintendo, so fat chance of that, right? I mean, they literally sold us cardboard. I mean, I didn't buy it, but some people did, and Nintendo can do that. Either way, I know that the developers are working on something for this installment. They always are. And I'm excited to see what those developments are as the game progresses. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, maybe consider checking out my other content and subscribing to the channel, making you a part of the geekdom as we make our way to 10,000 subs. If you have any of your own ideas for these characters or other social characters that I may have left out, probably on purpose, but if you would like to see them return, comment below what you would like to see them do, or any other enhancements you'd like to see come to the game. Thank you as always to my amazing patrons, the Fellowship of the Geekdom, especially those in the Hylian tier, Code and Data, and Joking Batman. Y'all's support is incredible. But anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.